Shalom. Shalom, Yeshua. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Grand Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Grand Millstone Dallas branch, and in this quick lesson, just going to get into pretty much, man, you will reap what you sow, right? You will reap what you sow. And, a lot of Jake is very familiar with that, with that saying. But, I took upon myself to look it up, what it means. And for the ones that don't know, and this is pretty much what it gave me. So I put, you reap what you sow, meaning, right? And this is the AI overview. It says, you reap what you sow means that your current actions, behaviors, or investments, whether good or bad, will inevitably determine your future consequences and results. Exactly. So what are you doing now is going to determine your future, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and get some scriptures on that. I'm gonna get Galatians chapter 6. And I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall reap corruptions." Corruption. Reap corruption. Right? In other words, if all you do is just do whatever the flesh wants to do all the time, every day, right? Like pretty much like these 2/3 are doing. You like don't even try, like not even 1% to fight against it, or change your ways, then you're gonna reap corruption. It says, "But he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting," right? So if you're sowing into the Spirit, doing things that are better for the Spirit, listen to videos, help making videos, studying, fasting, being amongst the body, things like that, things that are good for the Spirit, then you're gonna reap everlasting, ultimately, man, life, ultimately, man, and not corruption, not death. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and read this in the NLT. This is Galatians chapter 6, verse 8 in the NLT. It says, "Those who live only to satisfy," keyword only, meaning that's all you do, only to satisfy their own sinful nature, this flesh, will harvest decay and death from that sinful nature. But those who live to please the Spirit will harvest everlasting life from the Spirit. Right? And the only ones that live to please the Spirit is going to be the elect. Right? It says in Judges 5 and 11. Judges 5 and 11. Right? In a place of drawing waters, right? Meaning in place of your captivity, there they will rehearse the righteous acts. The elect will be rehearsing the righteous acts in the midst of captivity. All right. Read verse 9. It says, "So let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap a harvest of blessing if we don't give up." Keyword, if you don't give up. Also, another keyword, man, let's not get tired of doing what is good. So don't get tired of doing, what is good, man, which is this work. Right? The biggest investment you can make is serving Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. That's the not only the biggest, but the best investment that anybody can make. Right? But, it just don't look like it's popping right now. It don't look like it's going to flourish. But guess what? We in the know that it is going to flourish. Right? And, it's only through the power of Spirit, Yahweh Bahashem Shai, that we are able to endure. It's like you. That we're able to endure until the end, right? We pray and hope that we're able to endure through the end, even though we're in these messed up bodies, and do the best that we can, you know? So if you don't, like I said, don't get tired of doing what is good, which is serving Yahweh by Shem Shah, doing the things that are pleasing unto the Spirit, man, to the best of your ability, man. You know, because as it says, at just the right time, we will reap of a harvest of blessings, right? If we don't give up. So if you don't give up, Matthew 24, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. Serving Yahweh by Shem Shah, doing the best that you can with whatever gifts that the Lord has blessed you with, then you good. You're good. All right. I'm gonna get Galatians chapter 6 and verse 10. I'm still in the NLT. It says, therefore, whenever we have the opportunity, we should do good to everyone, especially to those of the family of faith. Right? So whenever you being given, you are given the opportunity to help a brother, because this, really what it means. Now, we ain't finna just help everyone. Right now, we ain't gonna just be walking around and be some assholes, but like we're really concerned about the ones that are in the fight, man. That's in the faith, right? We're not really concerned about everybody else, because everybody else don't fucking believe. Excuse my French, right? But yeah, everybody else don't believe. Now that doesn't mean if someone asks you for help, and you actually know how to do something, you don't do it. Really, that's up to you, right? That's up to you. But we're mainly focused on the ones that are in the faith, that are serving Yahweh B'Shem Shai, our true brothers, sisters, right? Your actual family, right? Them are the ones we're really concerned about. But yeah, man, in other words, man, if you give up your life on this side, then you're going to get it back in the kingdom. Matter of fact, this is Matthew chapter 16. Come on. Dang it. I'm just a BLB. This is Matthew chapter 16 at verse 25. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. Right? Give up your life. And this don't have to just be physical, man. Right? You could use it as like being a martyr, of course. But losing your life on this side, being dead to this world. Give up your life for Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Romans 12, man. Present your body as a living sacrifice, man. Right? We are sacrifices. Our bodies. We pray and hope that we be, accepted. And the only way you can do that is by sowing into the Spirit, man. Doing the things that are pleasing unto Yahweh B'Shem Shai. How you treat his men. Right? Have you been using your talents? Right? How do you feel when you mess up? Do you try to fight it? When we all got our things we struggle in. We got our things that we just fall short in, and we work on them. But let's be honest, the Lord looking at your mindset behind all this shit. Are you even crying out to the Lord and praying to Yahweh B'Shem Shai that this place be destroyed every day? This should be a daily thing. If you ain't praying to the Lord every day to destroy this place, man, I don't know shit. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you're not fed up with this shit. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 Corinthians chapter 9 and Salakia. Let me see what it says in the NLT real quick. just get the KJV. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 9 and verse 6. It says, "But this I say, he which soweth sparingly," which means very little, "shall reap also sparingly." Right? So if you sow into this truth only a very little, then you're only going to get a very little in return. In other words, nothing. Right? Because you ain't giving it. It's either all or nothing in this thing. So if you just did like a little bit, and then you just like now you're just in the world doing whatever or whatever, it's gonna be as if you didn't do nothing, because you didn't give your all. And Marie says, "And he which soweth bountifully," which means a lot, pretty much. It says, "shall reap also bountifully." So if you are sowing bountifully, you're giving your all unto Yahweh Bashem Washah to the best of your ability, then you're gonna reap that. Simply put, man, you reap what you sow, right? Whatever you've been doing in this current, as of right now, your actions, behaviors, or investments, right, is going to determine your consequences in the future, or results in the future. Simply put, if you've been storing up treasures in heaven, as scripture is going to in Matthew, lay up for yourself treasures lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, but in heaven. So if you've been laying up yourself treasures upon heaven, then guess what? You're gonna be able to reach in that spiritual bank account when that time comes. But if you've been so stuck on trying to get money on this side, trying to throw that money in the bank on this side, which is nothing wrong with saving money. There's nothing wrong with saving money. Just using this as an analogy. Just saying, like, is that's all you're doing? Just doing me, nothing for the Lord, to be honest. Maybe a little bit. You might you might show up to camp, but the rest of the week you're just a straight nigga, right? That's sparingly, man. Then that's what you're gonna reap, man. You're gonna reap that, right? Which is, in other words, the Lord's not gonna defend you in that day. Right, you're gonna call upon him, but he's gonna be like, "Man, I don't know you, bro. You don't pray to me. You don't do nothing. Right? I gave you talents. You don't even use it." Simple as that. But anyways, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I want to end it all by saying, Kal Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yisrael.